Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and I'm back again. We're doing some more of the Yu-Gi-Oh! 2024 two-player starter set, 3x builds. Today is all about Player S. We want to know what the synchro players are going to do. And you know what? Before we start the video, let's talk about this. There is a misprint going around in this deck. I noticed it while I was doing stuff. So I know I said I wasn't going to sleeve anything last time. I sleeved synchro monsters because of this. I did not see this in the Xyz portion of the deck. What I want you to do is I want you to take a look and tell me which name is hung higher than the rest. Okay, so one out of my 3 structure decks, when I bought this, every one of the foils one of them is printed higher than the other ones. So just right out of the box, right out of the gate, day one, we did find some cool misprints. After today, I will be putting those 4 misprinted cards into my collection. I just wanted to let you guys know, it didn't affect any of the commons at all. All of the commons are 100% fine. Everything's hung properly. But I wanted you guys to be aware of this because if you guys are collectors, if you guys like little oddities the way that I do, this is big. This is kind of fun. This is cool. But back to business, right? Let's adjust ever so slightly. And let's talk about Player S. So Player S is the synchro portion of the deck. And as you can see, we got 4 different monsters. So just like we did last time, there will be 3 of each of them in the extra deck. Today's deck, I went to 42 instead of a 40 on the main. And one more time, just in case there is a negative interaction here. I'm building this as a 3x challenge. I'm not going to be observing any ban lists right now. This is just what would the best deck look like, in my opinion, from this pile of cards. So all that said, this is what we're doing for the 3x Player S. So first off, I think we actually need to start with the extra deck once. And it's just because, like, all my main deck choices matter based on it. So let's just kind of go through what's in the extra deck. And just remember, you guys are going to be using 3 of each. So I did these ones in rank of the star levels because it kind of matters more here. Stygian Sergeants, very cool little 5-star. Requires it to be a Fiend tuner with 1 or more non-tuner monsters. They don't have to be Fiends. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, gain 800 until the end of the battle phase, and make a 2nd attack in a row. This is an effect that only gets the 1 extra attack. This isn't going to be some sort of Astra Priest play where you go ahead and you board wipe the opponent. But if you do get the initial KO, you get an additional attack. And again, that could be direct or it could be against another monster. Either way, it'll pump up from 22 to 3,000. And just one more time. I know how slight it is, but you can see the misprint right there. And it is just the foil names that do this. So 3 copies Stygian Sergeants. 3 copies Coral Dragon. A couple things that make this guy cool. Number 1, we've had him before. 2, he's still awesome. 3, 6-star, non-unique. Maintains being a tuner even though he's a synchro. 6 at 24 is not bad. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card. Target 1 card your opponent controls. Destroy that card. So again, if you have any extra copies of something in your hand, this is a great way to go ahead and clear that out. If this synchro summoned card is sent to the field, from the field to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. However, this is a once per turn effect. Now, the first one is a soft once per turn, meaning if I have 3 copies of Coral Dragon, which I do, and if they were all on the field at the same time, they could each discard 1 card to destroy something, but the draw 1 is only once. That's only going to be 1 time that we get that effect per turn, as you can see from the quotes. But still, and again, just slightly higher hung. It's like right there on the top edge of the box instead of centered. So again, really cool for me, I guess. Then we're going to do 3 copies, Rampaging Smash Tank Rhino Saber. This is going to be our 7-star. Again, very generic, very easy to use. Tuner plus non-tuners to 7. 2400 stat, not bad. Discard any number of cards. This card gains 700 per discarded card. At the end of the battle phase, if this card did battle, you may send it to the graveyard to special summon monsters from the graveyard whose total stars equals 7, except for the same name. But their effects are negated. Each of these effects once per turn. Why would we do that? Well, guys, this could help you go into the last monster of the deck by getting 7 stars of good stuff. Additionally, it is a kind of cool that you don't have to get the same 7 stars that you made with the card. That you used to make this card. So again, you can pop out things that are just normal monsters if that's what you're into. And you could play a bunch of no effect text cards and go out strong. So it's pretty cool. And then the last one, this is really cool, the Vanadium Prime Heart. So again, 10 stars, basically god level. It's cool. Light Fairy, 30,000 by 3,000. Looking great with this effect. So I misread this initially, and I didn't have time to rework the deck. But the way that you make this is 1 or more tuners plus 1 light monster. So I kind of read it in my head like a normal Yu-Gi-Oh player, and like I just saw, okay, cool, plus 1 light non-tuner, right? No, it could be all tuners as long as one of the monsters is a light attribute. You guys can play it. So when this card can attack a number of times each battle phase up to the number of tuners used for its synchro summon. If was synchro summoned using a Vanadium tuner as material, the opponent cannot target this card with effects. If this face-up synchro summoned card is in its owner's control, leaves the field because of an opponent's card. That could be battle too. Special summon one of your monsters with 1500 attack by 2100 defense, or 1 copy of Viscous Starfrost that is either banished or in your graveyard. And again, he got hit with the misprinting as well as far as the height of his name. So again, even our boss monster does some really cool stuff. But I needed you to understand what the star levels were, what the methods to make were, so that all my choices now make sense. Let's go ahead and set them off to the, you know what, let's actually put the big boy, let's put the misprint copy on the top, because that's just better. So, starting with the 42 card main deck, going in with the monsters, first thing we're going to do is 3 copies Barrier Resonator. So, first off, Fiend Tuner. Second off, he's technically a light monster, so if we can get 9 other stars worth of tuners, Prime Heart, here we go. But the cool effect is as a hand trap effect. You can send this from the hand as a quick effect to the graveyard. Target a tuner that you control in this turn. It cannot be destroyed by battle, and you'll take no battle damage from any attack involving it. So again, this allows you to just literally stonewall the opponent for a turn off of a 2-card combination, and I'm all for it. Next up, Guard Trooper. Love this card. Once per turn, you get to mill up to 3 cards. You choose that number between 1 and 3. If you're being extra spicy and you want to be D&D, I suppose you could take the choice out and you could just roll a d6 and divide by 2 if applicable. So like 1 would just still be 1, or 1 or 2 could be 1, whatever. Not the point. You do get to mill cards into the discard pile, and then when this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you get to draw a card. This could help with some other stuff that we have coming up. Next card. Card Trooper. No, Dark Resonator. I said it on the Card Trooper. I'm entirely too silly today. So Dark Resonator is cool because number 1, Fiend. Also Tuner. So again, Stygian Sergeants. Here we go. We'll only need a 2-star monster in order to make that, which we've got something for that. Additionally, the first time this card will be destroyed by battle every turn, it's not. And again, you could just pair this off with a Barrier Resonator anyway, and you won't take any battle damage, blah, 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 blah. You get it. So, not bad. Because of my misread, a couple copies of Sparkman. Again, I kind of built the deck with this in mind. It's going to work out just fine. But it does help if we can get something like just Viscous Starfrost or the Coral Dragon anyway, because that's still a 6-star tuner and a light monster, so it definitely works. Next up, the Vanadium Fearless. So this is actually very cool. 2-star tuner. So again, if you guys are keeping track, this could make a 6. This could make a 5 and beat for the Stygian. This is the 3, so 3 plus this would be 5, but it's a fairy, so no. There's a lot of interactions. The way that this one works, if you control Vista Starfrost or a monster with a 15 by 21, you can special summon this from the hand. Fine. You can only special summon one of these per turn this way. Fine. If it is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon another copy from your deck. Amazing. But also during this turn, any synchro monsters that you control gain 500 attack. Again, this is Duelist S. We about synchro, so you know what's going to happen. And again, what this means is if you can get this a Starfrost out, you can get this out. That's already 8 stars worth of tuners. So you basically just need 2 stars. So there's some other stuff to do. Next up, Quillbolt Hedgehog. He's here to produce bodies on board. He's here to help us get into some of the other smaller synchros. So again, he's a 2-star. If we had a 4-star, I don't know that we have a 4-star tuner. But he's here to help mix in. 2 plus 4 plus 1 could be our 7 for the Rhino Saber. Could easily just go with the 5 between Quillbolt and our Resonator to go straight into the Stygian. Big goal here. He's one of the cards we kind of want to see go with the Card Trooper. If this card's in your graveyard, you may special summon this card back, but banish it when it leaves the field. You must control a tuner to activate and resolve this effect. So again, thank you, Yusei Fudo, for introducing this card back in 5Ds. Can't wait to honestly see him join into Speed Duel because he's going to be silly, but he might actually be too good for that format. And I'm actually in no rush to get synchros there, so we'll take our time, but he's definitely one of the cards I want to see. Next up, another misread like Sparkman. I went ahead with 2 Spirits of the Harp. I figured a 2,000 point defense monster was not a bad way to go. It just is what it is. And then last monster, 3 copies of Vis's Starfrost. And again, like I said, 6 stars, tuner, light. He's awesome. He's got the 21 by 15. That's great. Here's the effect. If this is in your hand, you can target a monster that you control with a different type and attribute than this card. Destroy that card to special summon this card. You can only use this effect once per turn. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you may make this card gain attack equal to half the original attack or defense of the monster, whichever one was higher. And again, if it's a monster where it's mirrored, like the Vanadium Prime Heart, where it's 3,000 by 3,000, you pick and you apply which one you want. But it's always you gain attack based on whatever the biggest stat is. So it doesn't really matter. It's just going to keep skyrocketing his attack. Honestly, I'd love to play a deck just based around him and seeing how big we can make that card happen. That could be fun. So, just real quick, it's another great reason to have the Quillbolt Hedgehog, because if you have somebody else out because maybe you blocked for a turn, you get the Quillbolt out, pop it, get this, play the other dude, the little Vanadium, and just go into your pile of plays. So again, could be fun. And 2 Vanadiums plus Vista Starfrost as Starfrost being our light definitely makes a 3-tuner Prime Heart for 3 attacks at 3k that can't be targeted. Just think about it. Moving into the spells though. The other deck was kind of goated. It kind of got some cool spells. So we're just going to go with how can we board wipe and go into combo. So 3 Dark Holes, just destroy all monsters. Doesn't matter. We're just going to do it. We got the Card Troopers milling stuff. Let's go with Galaxy Cyclones because number 1, it's good. 2, it's great. And the way it works, target a set spell trap on the field, destroy it. That's fine because generally we want to get rid of things. But if it's already in the discard during the main phase, except the turn is sent to the graveyard, you can choose to banish this, target a face-up spell or trap on the field, and destroy that one too. So maybe there's a continuous thing, like, I don't know, Burden of the Mighty or Call of the Haunted, and we'd like to go ahead and limit the opponent's options now. Galaxy Cyclone is going to be a little bit of a multi-tool for you, and it's going to get the job done. Much in the same vein as we were using Sparkman and Spirit, we are going to use 3 copies of the one-time passcode. So all it is you can activate 1 copy of this spell per turn, special summon a security token. That token is a Cyberse Light 4-star 2,000 by 2,000. It's a good deterrent but it's way better to just get it on the field and use it for some synchro. And then additionally, I'm running 3 of this because, again, we might meld them. But it's got a lot of fun plays with the tuners. 3 copies of Scapegoat. And this is the one I'm worried about actually being somewhere on the limitations list. And I promise I'm going to check after I'm done filming. Should have checked first, whatever. What you do is you get to flip, special summon 4 sheep, level 1 earth, 0 zeros in defense. They cannot be tributed for tribute summon. You cannot summon other monsters the turn that you activate this card. However, you can normal set. So I could, set this or activate it and still set my Spirit of the Harp. That would be a fine play. What it's going to do for us is, this is essentially 4 stars. They are a different type than Fist of Starfrost. Fist of Starfrost can easily, just snack up a goat real quick, board to field, play your Vanadium card off of the effect of Fist of Starfrost already being out. You could create 3 floating star points. Obviously, this isn't going to work out too well because it's going to fall 1 short of the Coral Dragon. But in other plays where you're using the Barrier Resonator, that's 4 stars plus 1 equals your 5 stars. Same thing if we take 2 of these with our Dark Resonator, that's great. You can bring back Kobold Hedgehog after blocking some attacks. We can go ahead into our Rhino Saber on 7. It's just about mixing and matching what you need to get to the monsters you need to play. Traps, 3 copies back to the front. Again, we don't care. We just need the body to hit the board, so we can go ahead into our summon. Again, if you play the Vanadium, pop it for the Starfrost, you get another Vanadium. You flip backs to the front, you bring back Vanadium. That's 3 tuners, 10 stars. The 6-star monster is your light attribute. Boom. Prime Heart, 3K triple attacks. Let's go. A little bit of playability for both Sparkman and Starfrost. We're going to add Kunai's with Chain. Kind of fun, kind of cool, kind of weird, but again, the other deck got Book of Moon. I would much rather have Book of Moon in here, but it is what it is. You could substitute these if you just wanted to play the synchro portion, but it is what it is. And last up, we're going to use 3 copies Storming Mirror Force, because again, it's just really fun. When the opponent's monster declares an attack, you bounce all attack positions back to their hand. And again, it's just, lets you clear the board real quick, go into some big synchros, possibly a triple swinging Prime Heart. And again, it's the advanced format. That's 9,000 direct attack. That's pretty good. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This is my synchro variant. The next and final build, I promise it's going to be the final build. I'm not going to do any more of these after this. I am going to merge the 2 and make 1 master deck using the 2-player starter set. So if that sounds good to you, tune in again. We'll show it to you. But in the meantime, guys, do the things, don't do the things. Support the channel if we did good. Or just do me one favor. You got to do this one. Go out, enjoy your day. Do something for your mental health. And I hope to see you guys back another time, okay? Later.